Thank you very much. Hi, guys. I need your attention for the next 20 minutes. I know you're probably after a long day, but yeah, pretty tired for sure. Uh, in case of my topic, in the previous lection, there was mentioned about oracles, so I will explain a bit more about oracles itself, but in the context of how they differentiate itself from others, and also in the context of rollup as a services. So yeah, I'm Jakub, I'm growth lead at Redstone, and let's start. So to start the things off, uh, let me introduce you about Redstone. So Redstone raised around like $8 million of fund with the big funds like Coinbase Ventures, Lemnis Cap, Maven 11, so on. We also did angel round with prominent angels, yeah, like Sandeep, like Amin from Avalanche, or so Alex Lukowski from Zika, and you can notice that all of them are prominent L1 and L2 builders, so they understand the need and importance of Oracle. We also last year launched our research arm, where we are focused about area that we are currently in as Oracle, and this is like a very big overview about market like LSTFi, like restaking, also stablecoins, yield and earning products. So I really advise you to like look into that if you are interested into DeFi topics like that. And we are a lean team of around 15 people, like mostly developers, always in our Redstone vest on the event, so you can easily recognize us. And on the other hand, we are hiring new staff. So if you're interested to work in the top-notch product, please, you are welcome. Also a bit of alpha here, like we started with our final product in the first half of 2023, and for now we are securing like 3.7 billion of dollars of assets. That's assets that rely on our price feeds. So let's start for the Oracle itself, what it is. So in definition, Oracles delivers data to the dApps for smart contracts execution. So I like to say that Oracles are a connector between blockchains and real-world data. So it usually can like connect data like weather forecast or sports or betting, whatever. But in terms of crypto, it's mostly about market. So the volume, market cap. But in terms of crypto, speculative and DeFi, it is all about prices. So what is the price of the Bitcoin? What's the price of the Ether? And so on. And actually, like this is like 95% of queries. And there is a question for you guys. What is the most utilized price feed in crypto? Any guesses? You can shoot. Yeah, it's if WIF is if slash USD. This is like a 90% of queries is based on that. And why is that? Because of course, obviously, Ethereum is the one of the biggest network in terms of volume, but also there is a growing number of assets denominated in ETH. So all assets like LRT, LST, they are like they have to be denominated into ETH USD. So I will bring down the type of protocols that are using oracles. So right now, oracles are mainly used in DeFi. So type like lending markets with Aave or Venus, like CDB stablecoins like Liquidity and Prisma, leverage protocols like Gearbox and Delta Prime, derivative protocols or perps like GMX or Synthetics, yield protocols like Sommelier and Enzyme Finance, and algorithmic stablecoins like Mento and Frax Finance. And question for you guys, do you know any protocol that is not leveraging oracles? Excuse me? Franklin coin? I'm not familiar with that. Okay, that's something that yeah it is. What else? Like this is very like big one. Yeah, correct. Like dexes. Dexes are not utilizing oracles. In fact, the situation is reverted. Oracles are using like dexes to leverage the data sources from it. So why does it matter for rollup as a service, like how to start? So in terms of RaaS right now, the threshold to create a new ecosystem is like you can now do it in the few days. Like in 2 days, you can have a new ecosystem, new network because of the RaaS. So also, if you want to have like users on your network, you should have DeFi, and this is connected with Oracle. And what you can do, you can go to Chainlink and ask guys about, hey, I just spin up a new ecosystem yesterday, and could you like come and give me a price feeds? And they probably would say like, hey, we can circle back in the months or years when you're gonna have like more interesting stuff on your chain. And probably this is not the best solution for you. Don't get me wrong, like Chainlink did a very good job in terms of creating DeFi because it was like a cost of a catalyst for all DeFi space right now. But do you know how many chains does Chainlink support right now? That's a question for you guys. You can shoot. Close. Very close. So yeah, to say it's last time I checked it was 13. So not a lot. And to give you some comparison, in our case, it's around 50, more than 50 chains. Of course, there are some active and some not very active, but yeah, 13 is not a big number. So why isn't Chainlink on all of these chains? So key bottlenecks are on-chain data storage cost and monitoring infrastructure. The key consideration here, update condition and cost of one update. Key implementation, push and pull oracles. And I will explain you about those models. So, push oracle introduced by Chainlink in 2019, 2020. Well, it's based on set up relayers infrastructure, and then based of some update conditions like time interval or deviation, and based on this condition, the price is constantly pushing on-chain. Comparing to the pull oracle, when there is no per se update condition. So the trick here is the data is pushing to the on-chain only when it's needed, and is usually triggered by the user transaction. So how does it look? It looks like that. The data is stored in the off-chain component called middle layer. In our case, we call it like data distribution layer, which is like a stream of off-chain nodes. And then where is a trigger there is a trigger, like user is, for example, deposit into the vault, or there is a liquidation. The price feed is injected into user transaction and pushing on chain. So to sum it up, the user is paying gas cost for pushing it on chain. In terms of push oracle, this is not the case because you are paying constantly for those updates. And believe me, it can be like from $15 up to $50 million in terms of the big spikes on gas on Ethereum mainnet and going further about cross-chain. So it's obvious that push oracle is not very scalable because of this, that you have to launch the oracle on each next chain and also each next price feed. In terms of pull oracle, like from the oracle perspective, they don't care about which chain is gonna be. And number of feeds, this is very similar case because of coming back to the question one more time about pool. Here, like in terms of Redstone, we developed like a special all-in-one solution for all EVM chains using cold data in the Ethereum transaction. I will elaborate on that later. So here is a model of standard push oracle. So there is a data sources, mostly texts, dexes, or stuff like CoinGecko. Then data providers are collecting data from the data sources, aggregate them, and pushing to the target chains. And from them, DApp smart contracts are reading from the blockchain the price feeds. And in this model, this is not very scalable across chains and number of assets. So we like the comparison about push oracles with an email because we believe that push oracle gonna stay with us. And this is like current email because we are still using it, but there is a other more better solution like Telegram, like WhatsApp, and so on. They're gonna stay with us, but there's a better and more efficient way. So to give you comparison how structure of pool oracle looks like, the beginning is the same. You have data sources and data providers, but then data is signed and data packages are signed and sent to the middle layer. In our case, data distribution layer, but for example, it's also in case of PIF, this is PIFnet, which is a fork of Solana. And they have like a 100% supply of the coins, so this is like pretty cheap. And then the price feed is injected into user transaction when there is a trigger in terms of like I said, like maybe a liquidation event. And there is a couple of ways like bridge way, which is changing to bridge when PIF is using. So for the bridge messaging. Next solution is liquidator, and this is what we are using, which is a piggyback user transaction. And this is like a cold data, what Redstone is using on that later. So you can go to this website and see how it looks like and test this model. So what is the cold data? So cold data is read-only byte addressable space. And here, like Ethereum is a state machine. So here is a argument of the function to transaction. And here we pass the price feed of the data. So why does RaaS should care about it when they spin up new ecosystem? First, waiting time. This is the thing that RaaS should consider when they want to integrate the Oracle. So waiting time, pool Oracle is better, so point for that, because we can strictly at the beginning of the RaaS straight away integrate it with it. In terms of push, there's different, because even if you say this is EVM are different. Like there's some differences like signatures, some infrastructure nuances, and so on. Cost, in terms of cost, pool oracles are better because of the gas cost. And types of applications you want to bring. This is going to the push oracle. Like, why is that? Because most of the big DeFi applications are used to use push model, and they like don't want to change the whole infrastructure interface because of the changing the model. So for now, push is winning, but we believe in future this is topic to change. So case studies of the rollup as a service. So I think the biggest success so far is Manta Pacific using Caldera on the Polygon ZK VM. Of course, for now, like the liquidity is going from this chain, but I think this is good success story. Also, we have very old chains that are trying to get the user back, like Lisk, which is on the Gelato on OP stack. Maybe we're gonna see many more examples like that. Also, for example, Celo with zkAVM, the same Canto. And maybe we're gonna see, like I said, more Dino coins that will do more this kind of stuff. Okay, so to wrapping it up, Oracle's parameters to keep in mind when you are choosing Oracle as a rollup. Customizability. Can I decide on which data providers to trust? In terms of chain link, you take it for granted what is they bringing. Redundancy. What has to fail for the Oracle to go down? So is there a component that is easy to go down, like bridges maybe? If the bridge is gonna go off, if does Oracle gonna work, so on. L2s and L2s and L1s, RaaS compatibility. Should it be cross-chain? Number and types of data feeds available. How easy is it to add a new one? Next one, on-chain versus off-chain price sources. This is very interesting because we can see the very growing number of assets that are only available on-chain, like LST or RT assets right now, and price aggregation methodology. Is it robust against the wash trading? It is. There is a couple of methodologies like LWAP, TWAP. What is the best for current solution? Historical mispricing and manipulation. Has it failed in the past and how? Guarantee, do I receive damage payout? Pricing model and integration steps. When and how much I pay? Governance and tokenomics. Fundamentals, and probably 100 more aspects. So that was it. If you have any question, you can ask now or after the presentation. Thank you for your attendance.
Do we have any questions? Okay, I guess
you.
it was great.
Thank you, guys.